everybody, and welcome into another edition of the Living Deadwax podcast. I am your host and moderator tonight. I am Ty, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host and co-moderator, Tyler. Tyler, how are you tonight?
Doing great tonight, man. Doing great. Today was very challenging. I'm pretty pissed. I would like to reference.
Oh, okay.
And point out my my name right here.
Talk about it.
So, you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah, we can get into it here. Just do the little bit of the intro. We were going to be doing a different topic tonight. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. We always do a deep dive into a specific music and or like vinyl related topic. And we usually pick said topic at the end of the recording of every episode. We try to alternate weeks. However, last episode we recorded was music videos. We did our favorite music videos. It was a kick-ass episode, probably the best episode we've ever done. I'm gonna hype it up here, and that will not be seen.
But no way of knowing that. So yeah, it was the greatest episode we've ever shot, and so probably the best episode, probably the best video that was ever on YouTube. So there we go.
Very likely, it got blocked worldwide. Sony Music Entertainment and Warner did not appreciate us playing music videos, even though we were kind of skipping through and, not really playing the songs that much, but it is what it is. I get it. You're protecting your copyright, whatever. Yeah. So be it. Tyler chose live videos that we were supposed to do tonight. And I'm like, well, I don't want to risk it and do another 100%. Hour plus recording session and then upload it. And it's like, this is blocked. And then be wasted 2 weeks, basically, of episodes. So we changed it up tonight. Tonight, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Record Store Day 2023 release list. So we'll go through the list, kind of talk about what we're looking forward to, maybe some of the hot stuff that we think is going to be the big ticket items. Also go over pricing, which is pretty interesting, as it always is. And it gets more interesting every year, it seems like. And we're also going to debut a brand new segment here on the channel. Everybody's favorite brand new segment. We're going to do music news. Nice. So we'll take a look at some music topics and news related items that from the last few days, week or so, and give our takes on them because that's very important. And Tyler obviously wants to talk about why Pearl Jam was right. That kind of segues right into our first topic.
Love it. It's amazing.
So we'll add this in here. So first topic news item, Guns N' Roses announces their 2023 World Tour. If you're a NASCAR fan, you already knew about this.
It's a true story.
Good on you. Didn't know the dates, I guess, but
no, not at all. Yeah, until days later, apparently that's when it got updated because we both tried to go look at the site and it was still down and crashed at that point, which is, I don't know, good for Guns, I guess, right?
Yeah. Had a lot of traffic. So they announced this during Daytona, the Daytona 500. They had a Live Nation was sponsoring Eric Jones, which is really weird. But they said it was actually a Guns car, which is pretty cool. That'd be a cool die cast to get. And cool. They announced that they were doing this tour. They hadn't announced the dates, and they dropped the dates. So here's all the dates. Pretty big tour. We're in the Middle East doing Israel. That's pretty cool. Is that maybe their first time there? I don't know. Going all over Europe, Canada, running through the States. We got a date here.
Hell yeah.
October 11th, Phoenix AZ at Chase Field. That's where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. So Major League Baseball. So that gives you an idea of the size of the venue.
Oh yeah.
These tickets went on pre-sale.
Ooh.
I didn't even know that. Did you take a look?
No, I didn't. So I saw the Night Train packages were there, but I didn't see anything like listed. So I'm not a Night Train member, so I couldn't see anything. So I'm curious to know what that was.
See, not everything is available yet. And it was Night Train presale. They're doing a Live Nation presale tomorrow, but I was able to get in and see some pricing.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you would think, but it's really hard to tell. The reason it's really hard to tell is that most of the tickets that were in on sale right now are the platinum resale
The
tickets.
best. Yeah, yeah.
So the ones that vary with the market.
Okay.
So it's really hard to tell where it is. So, I was seeing some seats here, similar places where we've sat at ball games for 150 a seat, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Everything on the floor was all like 300 plus.
Okay.
The
Are
pit section.
Is there a pit? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there is a pit, and they had they only had VIP stuff on sale right now.
Oh, okay.
Those started at 600, and then the other VIP was like 1,500 or something. So I don't even know what they're going to be, but I was just basing it off like actual seats, and we could get like for example behind home field dugout. I was seeing seats in there from like 150 range.
Okay,
but go ahead.
So my question. So they're setting up. Okay, so we're getting really just with us. By the way, this applies to no one else here.
I'll just pull it up. I'll just pull it up.
Okay.
So go ahead and ask whatever you want it to. I'll pull it up.
So I assume they're putting the field towards the wall. Is that true? Like towards the field, putting the stage facing home plate.
Yes.
With the back towards the black
screen.
eye. Yeah.
Yes.
The
batter's eye. Yeah. So here's everything that's on sale. So like I didn't have a code in here, so I was just like, okay, hit okay, and it let me in. So like, okay, some of these I can't buy. These prices have already changed, by the way. This shit was more expensive this morning.
Okay.
So, like, for example, you're in here. Let's take a look at these. So all of these are going to be platinum resale. Okay. Yeah, official platinum, 500 plus fees.
Okay.
So don't really know what those are actually going to be, if they're always just going to be platinum or if they will be these actual prices. I hate this crap now. I really hate this. Here's the pit. Here's the VIP stuff. So, again, I don't know. Are you just doing this for the pit?
Click that Welcome to the Jungle package. I want to know what that means.
So you get one general admission standing ticket in the pit. You get early entry, VIP bar access. Go behind the scenes and ask a member of the crew what it takes to put on an elaborate production, which I don't want to talk to anybody in the crew. Pre-show Paradise City Lounge, including hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Beer, wine, and soda. That's nice of them. Two drink tickets. That's great. Get two. A DJ, photo op in front of the VIP backdrop, VIP merch, pre-show tour merch shopping, so you can spend more money.
Parking spot.
One parking space in VIP concierge.
Okay.
So this is awful.
You get nothing. You just get nothing. You just get a different place to go for things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
those are 1,200, 1,100.
What's the
fees.
patience then? It's half the price. What's the patience then? It's just the
patience early packs. You get one pit ticket, early entry, and then you get VIP merchandise, official Guns N' Roses laminate, VIP commemorative concert ticket, dedicated check-in. So you get a little bit less, but nothing.
Why is that better than the jungle package? Like that sounds cooler to me than the jungle package itself. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think an extra $600 is making that jungle package worth it.
No,
I was looking at like seats like in here, and really, really not hateful.
Yeah,
142 plus fees.
Yeah,
plus Night Train premium. What? That's new. You got to add them. Whatever.
You got to be a member.
I hate this shit. It's always so confusing. Just sell me the goddamn ticket for the price that it's going to be.
So those tickets on the back of the floor too. Those are still the super platinum packages or some shit, right? The ones.
Yes, like all the shit on the floor is all the platinum stuff.
Okay.
These 162. Like we've sat here pretty much everywhere in this stadium.
Yeah.
For ball games, I've never seen a show there.
No.
So like I don't even know how awful this would be. You know,
Where
those
did your
pricing,
mom
that's,
sit?
to me, that's not too bad for Elton John. They were like back here,
Okay.
pretty sure. So these ones are, what do we got? This site is awful. Like everything
No, it
about
is.
this
It's the
whole
worst.
experience is so bad. Like I'm trying to scroll in.
No, it doesn't let you. I did this morning, brother. It's the worst. I also
They're
hate
100,
how it keeps all of the
112.
fucking tickets selected. 112. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Guns N' Roses, they're on a world tour. Very cool. Ticket prices are still insane. Tyler, I'm sure, has an additional story to go with that.
No, I just no. So I I'm a massive Springsteen fan. There you go. Obviously. So Bruce announced his world tour, or yeah, I guess world tour, and announced West Coast dates a week and a half ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was stoked, awesome, but I was feeling a little trepidatious because this tour is fucking the worst. I okay. Here's the thing. I love Bruce Springsteen more than goddamn most things in this life, right? And I actually believe in Bruce Springsteen, the man, too. Like, I just don't like the music. I believe in the man. I like what the man stands for. Everything I've ever known, everything I've ever heard, everything I've ever read, everything he's ever written, everything interview. There's very few times I've been like, fuck Bruce. You know, very, very few times, if any, in my entire life. Okay. So Bruce makes his money, his bread and butter, I should say, really appealing to working class Americans. That's what a lot of his music is about, and struggles of working class Americans. And that's the way he built his empire and his entire career himself, but by appealing to those mass audiences, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for this tour, um, I should start here. So when I saw him in 2012, I paid 90 and 110, I think, with fees. And then I saw him in 16, it was 220 with fees included. So it's 100% more every time, last two times. And I got pit. I was on the rail for some of the show. I touched the guitar. Like I was as close to Bruce Springsteen as I am to the laptop screen. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'm right there. And I can, not that that's chump change, $110 and 220. That's good money. So like, but I can deal with that. That's okay. Like I can figure out a way to pay 220 for a ticket for a once, lifetime experience, possibly, whatever, right? Cool. So, and I was like I said, on the floor. And so on the rail. So anyway, for this newest tour, when it got announced and went on sale for the East Coast states, the biggest shit show ever happened. So Bruce, evidently, and I guess a lot of obvious artists like this too, they don't like scalping, which makes complete total sense. Get it? Because scalpers are the worst for a lot of shit, for sure. Absolutely. And Bruce's tickets have always been tough to get. So when a scalper historically has been able to get 10, 15, 20, 100, I don't know, whatever tickets, whatever, and they just, rake the fans over the coals for them, they charge 5, 10 times whatever they were worth, right? And so that happened for years and years. And so, that sucks. So anyway, this tour got announced, and it was quickly shown that they are all doing dynamic pricing through Ticketmaster and demand pricing and whatever the hell, all of them. And the thing that happens is, which is absolutely the worst, because I've personally, excuse me, for the Blink World Tour, that was my first experience ever when I was going to go buy tickets for Blink, and then they just kept going up and then we're gone. So like I opted in, sort of, kind of. I checked at one price, and by the time I ever even considered it in my head, it was gone, and they
Mm-hmm.
kept on going up, right? So dynamic pricing, what that means, demand pricing, what that is that they start at a baseline like they always have, and then the computer algorithm or whatever, the computer like does the math there on how popular those particular tickets are and how in demand those tickets are by how many clicks they're getting, how many views they're getting, how long people are staying on the site, the page, whatever the case is. And they see there's 67,000, I'm making a number, there's 5,000 people for the pit, but there's only 400 pit tickets. I think we could probably get, if we're starting at 99, I think we could probably get 450. We can get $500, $600, whatever, right? So like you just slowly climb the ladder up there to get to the price. So with the Bruce tickets, when they started out, I don't know what they started out at. They probably started at $120, $200. I don't know. But for the pit tickets, which are the ones I want, and most of the other tickets around the stadium as well, or the arenas, they absolutely just fucked so many fans by allowing that to happen. Because what happened then is pit tickets, floor seats, or general admission, I guess, seating, and some seats, I think, too, other ones. But they all went for $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's paid. That's paid money they went for. And especially East Coast, because obviously East Coast, Bruce is East Coast based. So like that's a stronghold. And Arizona actually is too, which is pretty nutso. But like a stronghold of the base over there in New York, New Jersey, all the way up and down the coast, obviously, coastline there. All those tickets went for $5,000-$6,000. MSG, I think, was like $6,000 or $7,000 for a general admission spot to stand. Absolutely atrocious. So this morning, I was hoping that maybe they learned the lesson. They didn't, because so I also forgot a little bit of the story. Is they actually asked Bruce about this, and an interviewer was like, "Hey, what do you say about this getting criticized from your fans by and it was actually from the Backstreets. The Backstreets is a fan site that's existed for the last 40 years for Bruce. Rolling Stone used a question from Backstreets magazine, like how why did this happen? Why, what's going on? You've been a man of the people for 50 years. Why are you doing this now? And then Bruce's response was basically, you're not going to make everybody happy. We generally look at what our other, friends are doing out there. And then we usually like charge a little bit less. And that's what we've been doing forever. And he said this to go around. We decided, because for years, the scalpers have been making that money between, the consumer and the artist. And they've been taking all the money in between forever. So why don't we cut the middleman out? So that's what they did. And they're the scalpers now. They learned they can charge. Yeah, they learned they can charge stupid, insane, idiotic prices for these tickets, and certain folks will pay for them. And so that's what they're doing. So they did. Go on.
I would be more okay with it if they just made the ticket $1,000 and just said, okay, if people buy it, they buy it. It's the fact that it's dynamic pricing that pisses me off, because you never know what the hell the baseline is.
Not at all. Because here's the thing, and like I don't mean to throw it back to a yesteryear, even yesteryears that we don't even necessarily can't identify with, for the most part. Like when you were younger and when you were a teenager or whatever for your favorite band, you knew tickets for a show, especially like smaller venue-ish shows, whatever, like anything pre like real theaters, that if I want to go see X band, it's $45 for a ticket. I need to save $45. I need to make $45. I need to do something to get that $45 to save it up. So for normal people that don't have just oodles and, squillions of dollars hanging out, and I have a set money price. I have a price today. It was $300. That was as much as I wanted to pay for a ticket. And I got in line. They actually even did verified fan, which it should curb whatever scalpers out there, but obviously it doesn't curb all of them, but it curbs some of them. So with verified fan, I had to sign up for the opportunity to buy tickets. So like I said like what my date was, my venue, what all that stuff. I said what that my preferred venue and date was, and then they're gonna send me and put me in a drawing in a lottery to actually get an opportunity to purchase tickets. Not that I got tickets, that I could maybe buy tickets. So I got in line 15 minutes beforehand on the dot. And I was already 1,200 people in line. And at that point, I knew I'm fucked. I am fucked. So when I got in there and I saw, finally I was able to see it. And there were pit tickets available. I clicked in on it. It was $6.95 for a pit ticket. And I was not going to buy it, but I wanted to see. I wanted to see because it was $6.95, and there was another thing for verified fan presale. There was something else you could enter into to like unlock the consumer price, or I don't know what it was. But I kept trying to input the password, and every time I input the password, it would kick me out to letters in because those tickets kept going away, and it kept going and going and going and going. And finally, it let me input the password. All the tickets were gone. So when I was able to view it, it was $6.95 for the pit floor tickets for general admission. And then I started clicking around the arena, and I clicked on the back of the floor. So basically one of the last few rows of the floor there. And when I clicked it, it showed me for 2 tickets. What it was $2,500. 22 plus fees. I'm rounding up. I'm sorry. So give me a fucking break. That's the back of the floor in a seat.
Yeah.
You're nowhere near Bruce.
So just for example, for people, he's playing where the Phoenix Suns play, our basketball team. So that gives you an idea of the size of the venues he's playing. So he's not playing stadium, but it's still a big venue. He's going to sell a lot of tickets here. So I'm looking right now, Tyler, the general admission, the pit tickets, standing room tickets.
For resale right now.
Platinum is $850 plus fees right now.
Wow.
You can get tickets seating behind them. I find it funny here, and it's because it's an older audience. The seats are more expensive behind the pit. The seats right behind the pit are $11.50, and that's the only reason they're more expensive, just because it's an older crowd. You can literally sit. I don't know why you would want to do this, but they're selling tickets behind the stage. You can get those for $75 plus fees.
They were $40. It was $45 earlier today for directly behind the stage. Like obviously way up and behind the stage was $45 plus fees this morning.
Yeah, I'm seeing some for $75. I'm seeing some for $150.
Even those went up.
It's
hilarious.
Which is funny because they're calling them standard admission. They're not even platinum. There's shit going on here that we're never going to know about because they can literally just make it up because there's no fucking baseline. Nobody will ever know what the baseline is.
I mean, the baseline is what it's literally just whatever people are willing to pay. That's the baseline, but there's no set baseline. But they're just I guess they're throwing a dart out there like $725.
See, I would like to know that the $850 general admission standing room only pit ticket to see Bruce Springsteen. I would like to know that ticket was actually started at $400. That's the regular price. Now it's $850. That would sit a little bit better with me. It's still fucked up, but I think it's more fucked up when you're not telling people what you would originally sell these for. It's just it's the demand's high, and the way they sell it on Ticketmaster's website, it's just like a hotel or an airplane ticket. Okay, well, it's not. It's not,
because
those things are more necessities in life. Ticketmaster for most people, most of the time. 100%. There's going to be a point in your life where you're going to need to get a plane or get a hotel or something like that. There's never a point in life where you have to go see somebody in concert.
That's true.
You maybe
but I would also flip that. That's true. But I flip it on the other side there. That comparison's bunk, because if a hotel can, obviously hotels do that, right? You have the ability to go to other hotels and get equal, whatever, equal shit, 100%. Maybe. Who knows, right? Whatever. But so the reason why your leverage of this play is the fact that, all right, you can't go down the street and see fucking Bruce Springsteen, another Bruce Springsteen for cheaper. So we have you where we want you. You want to go see Bruce Springsteen? You can't go see him anywhere else because we're going to charge even more money in California. You want to go in LA? You got to refinance your house, homie. What are you talking about? Like, they have you. That's their leverage. And it's a bad comparison. You're fucking stupid.
People are paying it. So like,
that's the problem.
Yeah, they're just going to keep doing it. If the shit hit the fan and people stop going, and like, then it would stop. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop because people are just going to keep paying it. Nobody thinks twice about it. And I know this is whatever, woe is us or whatever it be. Dude, I can't afford to spend, like, Maiden's going to do this. They're 100%, they will play this same venue and they will 100% do this just because it's a Ticketmaster thing. I'm not even really blaming the artists per se. The artists like that, like Bruce Springsteen, Blink, Iron Maiden, they could certainly block themselves, but they're not. So I do blame the artists, but I don't at the same time. So I'm just resigned to the fact that I'm probably never seeing bands of a certain level ever again. And that just is what it is.
I hate the fact that, okay, so we've talked about this before. Me and you have done this topic recently into ourselves a trillion times, whatever, right? But if your whole fucking concern is Bruce Springsteen, my buddy Bruce, your fucking concern is the scalpers. That's your concern, okay? You can nip those in the bud, mostly, not all, mostly, by doing verification check on IDs. And you're going to fuck people. So verification check is you buy tickets, your name is on the ticket, your name on the ticket must match your name on the ID. So it's you and your buddy, or you and your family. You're the head person, you go in. So you could possibly, I guess, as the head person of that group, still sell your extra ticket. They can go in with you and stuff, but now you're sitting with the guy you sold a ticket to, I guess, like directly. And that kind of maybe that's weird. I'm not sure, but whatever. But there's ways.
There's even ways around that. The last time we saw Maiden, they did that, but they only did it for the floor seats.
That's just actually a pretty good deal.
Seats.
Yeah, 100%.
But fucking.
If your whole thing is like you hate the fact that scalpers have done that to you for so many years, do the ID check. And then here's the thing, and like the money, they're not going to make the money. You're making all of the consumer money now, all of it. You're making 100% of my money is going to you. It's not going to anybody else, I guess the ticket agency or whatever the fucking event, whatever, all that stuff. But it's going to you. It's not going to end. There's no intermediary here taking it besides you. The problem with it is, Bruce, is the fact that you opted into this. You're not making up for COVID money. You're not making up for COVID touring money. No one in the band is. You're making the money. You're going to make all the money you were ever going to make before, and then some, because the last 2 tours that I've paid for, you've made $500 million almost on both of them individually by themselves. So what really irks me is the fact that anybody, not even just Bruce, anybody of that level, you don't need that much more, brother. I'm not trying to, redistribute the wealth here or anything like that, but to your fans, man, like, you made literally $500 million last tour. You're going to do it again this tour. You're going to do it again. You're going to make $500 million again. But with this pricing structure, you're making so much more. So much more. How much is enough? You just sold your catalog for $700 million. You've been making hundreds of millions of dollars for the last 4 decades. I don't know what we're talking about. There's just greed.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It is 100% greed. That's what it is. So it's not you paying the artists for their worth and this and that, whatever. Yes, the tickets have never, for certain artists at least, they have never actually charged what that ticket is worth. Okay? I understand that. I get that even in years past, scalpers have been able to sell certain tapes, certain bands, Bruce and otherwise, for thousands of dollars. Absolutely fucking true, okay? But the shitty seats on the back of the fucking arena or anywhere else you don't really want to sit, those are being scalped now. Not the front row. That's not what's happening. You're scalping, in essence, with this program, every fucking ticket. The worst fucking ticket in the building is also going up. It's not fucking $55 or whatever price structure it was for the last 10 goddamn years. It is now, you just read it, the top at the back of the stadium, or excuse me, behind the at the top of the stadium or arena, behind the stage. Yeah. It's going to be $100. It's $100 with fees.
Yeah. There was some in there for $150. Yeah.
$150.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't, it's everybody. This will just be what anybody to a certain level. This is just how it's going to be now forever. And I'm not a big government fan, but unless Congress actually steps in and does something about Ticketmaster and something, this is just how it's going to be, because as long as people still pay it and don't think about these platinum tickets, which is fucking horseshit. The platinum tickets are horseshit. If you want to charge fucking $1,000 for a pit ticket, then just fucking charge $1,000. And if you want to prevent scalping, because all these artists are for the fans, then fucking do what you did 5, 6, 7 years ago with the verified IDs. It's not hard. Yeah, Exactly. Then they can't magically, fucking raise the ticket 200% overnight.
Yeah.
And we
absolutely.
will also never truly know the demand. Obviously, I understand that Bruce Springsteen has demand, but they could literally have sold none of those tickets and we would never know.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And the problem with it is the fact that a lot of those platinum, or all of them, a lot of them, I don't know the numbers here, but the fact they're able to rebuy their own tickets, to sell and scalp their own tickets instantaneously, the artist and the ticketing agency, they can literally resell and scalp their own fucking tickets instantaneously. And they can buy them at cost or buy them whatever they want to charge them at, and then instantly flip them back on the market and then charge more for that. And they were doing it on their own sites, and they were doing it on the other sites too. They were selling their own goddamn tickets. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I can't understand the level of fucking greed that someone has to fucking go to at this point after making so much fucking money that you needed to go ahead and add on some more M's. It doesn't make any sense to me. Again, I don't want the government and everything. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe you shouldn't have fucking approved the ticketing agencies to fucking do what they're doing and fucking merge. And then you also shouldn't probably approved fucking Live Nation buying up every fucking venue in the fucking world. You're fucking insane here. We're all getting fucked. And the problem with it is, like you said, people are going to pay it. We're being fucking hurt by the idiots or the fucking rich weirdos that don't give a fuck about anything. And the fucking idiots are like, well, Iron Maiden, it's $700 to go for the fucking lawn ticket. I'm never going to see Maiden again. I'm going to fucking pay it. And there's enough of those motherfuckers in every fucking state, every fucking market, that it's never going to fucking hurt those people. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's never going to hurt those people. The people that have those funds to pay, and that's fine. Whatever you spend your money on, and whatever you want to spend it on, I'm never going to tell anybody they can't. But, and again, I'm not even really asking the governments if the artists would just say, "Hey, we don't want to do this," it would stop. So, that's all it takes, and or people need to stop buying. So. Anyways, Guns N' Roses going on tour. So that is very cool. Tickets aren't as bad locally. And they're not as bad as Bruce. They're not as bad as Bruce right now just because they're playing a stadium. If they were playing an arena, they would be just as bad. So 100%. That's the only reason I'm even thinking about potentially doing it.
But, and as we talked before, and again, it's anecdotal to us because of our certain situation or some shit, but it got even tougher. We bought Metallica tickets. We were $360 out the door for general admission floor for two nights in a stadium with a $1 trillion setup and production and pyro and everything else. We're $360 out the door.
We just got saved because of SeatGeek, and I truly believe that because SeatGeek didn't have that platinum. They've got resale tickets on there now, but they didn't have the platinum shit going on. So I just saw the price. That's what it was. And then it was just like, yep, okay. And then the next day when we bought the tickets, they were the same fucking price. Yep. What a goddamn concept. So anyways, guys, that's it for that topic. Let's move on. Something that's not going to be nearly this much money, but I thought was pretty cool. One of my, I don't know, probably favorite, an important band. I'm not going to say favorites. They weren't in my top 10, but Fear Factory finally announced their new lead singer. Oh, this Italian gentleman, Milo Silvestro. Right. He's basically an unknown dude. They found him on YouTube. So pretty cool. I watched a little bit of him do some Fear Factory stuff on YouTube. He sounds really good. I'm always a Burton C. Bell guy. I think he was very integral to that band. He's a founding member. Dino's basically the only guy left. Dino won the rights to the band, so with lawsuits and shit. So really crazy stuff happened but they finally announced their lead singer. It's been 3 years since Burton officially left. And they finally announced their new guy. They're just getting ready to go on tour with Static X, who also has a different lead singer. So, this would be kind of interesting to me if it wasn't on a Tuesday night, but it's on a Tuesday night. So I'm like, never mind. I'll catch it when they come back around if they drop an album and do a headlining tour by themselves. So very cool. He sounds really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check out the album when it drops. I'm definitely a Burton fan, but yeah, Fear Factory, seminal industrial metal, early death metal band. So they finally announced their lead singer. It's crazy.
There you go. Okay. First of all, I thought that was Wolfgang at first,
No, that's
but he's
Dino.
much bigger than Wolfgang.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I didn't know they had a lawsuit over the band name. I didn't know anything was that contentious.
Yeah, it's got pretty. I'd have to dig in deep into the story, and then they talk about it a little bit in here. But yeah, when Burton left, there was a lot of shit. Like Burton basically said he couldn't be a part of, couldn't be a part of the band anymore with the lies and all shit going on and bad business dealings. And then Dino basically said the same thing about Burton. So it's just they were just slinging shit back and forth, and then they went to court. And Burton or Dino won the band rights to the band name, which is interesting because Dino was out of the band earlier in the 2000s. Like, there's a couple albums without him even on there.
Yeah,
like Dino is an founding member. Like, he's very important to the band too. All that shit's fascinating, like the legal stuff. But
yeah.
But they finally got their guy, and Dino's doing his thing with the new band. It's got Tony, coincidentally, from Static X in it as well on bass. So yeah, Dino's the only original member, but I'm still excited. I'll listen to pretty much anything Fear Factory puts out, as long as somebody's still involved in it. And Dino's very integral to the sound. So
yeah.
Also more in my realm here. Dude, I saw this. It was stoked. So Daath, they have not done anything in 12 years, and they randomly just dropped a new song today. They're a progressive death metal band. I saw these guys on Ozfest in like 08. And they just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. They're a really cool band. And they signed a new deal with Metal Blade, dropped this song. Really cool. If you're into any type of experimental progressive death metal, like, it's very cool, very symphonic, very good production, very talented guys. So yeah, I was like, holy shit. After 12 years of hiatus, we're bringing Daath back, and we're doing it right. Jesus. It's crazy.
That's nutso. Yeah. That's cool. Atlanta as well. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, they are. Yeah. One thing that I did see that was funny that I'm sure Tyler will want to comment on, more in the realm of music lawsuits. So Gavin Rossdale getting sued by the original drummer of Bush over their 2019 tour. So I read this article, and he signed on to do this tour for the 25th anniversary of 16 Stone, which is their debut album. It's the biggest album they ever did. In 2019, he signed on. He was promised that he was going to get 25% of the tour profits. Okay. And then he was fired before the tour's first date. It doesn't really go into, I don't think it goes into why. Like,
fired your day off.
What Gavin's reasoning for was for firing him.
Yeah.
He's also suing for the trademark, so he could have two Bushes. He could have Gavin Rossdale's Bush or something. That sounds nasty.
Great.
So yeah, he's trying to get the trademark, and it's crazy. He got kicked out before they even tour. So if that is truly what happened, that's crazy that you signed this guy to a deal. He's coming back in. He's going to get 25% of the profits, which is probably a good chunk for him. And then, hey, man, you're gone. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. It's real interesting.
Okay, so hold on. So now I got to look this up. So I don't want to jump on the page real quick, but so my question here is, so they hired him for that tour, right? So
that's what they did. Yes.
So that insinuates, or you would assume that means
he was out.
He was not in the band at that point. Exactly. So the weird thing about that is so you were already out of said band. Okay. You were not in the band. You got hired back into the band for this anniversary tour, which kind of makes sense, He was kicked out. Oh, excuse me. Okay. This whole thing is weird. Okay. Now I just saw this.
Okay.
So Robin Goodridge was on drums 93 to 02. That was the first stint.
Yeah.
Left in 02. Came back in 2010 and was there until 19. So that's a weird phrasing of hired him to do the tour.
Well, maybe he wasn't an official member, so maybe they like basically re-up the deal like every time. Like, hey, we're doing this tour. Do you want to be on it? Here's your offer. It's probably what happened. They probably, I guess, they agreed to something.
They probably bought him out in 2002 when he left. They probably bought him out, and then when he came back in 2010, they were like, all right, well, you can come back, but you're not going to be the same guy, and you're not a part of the business like that. That makes sense. That's a weird. Again, they gotta like. Hopefully, they give me the call. Let's hope they call me this tour. Let's see. And crazy. I don't know, man. Like. Yeah, so if again, we're assuming a lot of stuff here, but if the assumption is that he no longer had rights in the band name because he probably got bought out at some point after he left, why would you assume you have rights now? I don't know.
I don't know. Anything. Yeah, filing, use injunction for the trademark and shit. So Bush Inc. So, I just thought that was funny. Bush, kind of, big like grunge band in the 90s, kind of grunge, I guess. 16th Zone, really good album. I do enjoy that album. I just thought this was kind of funny, just the whole story around it. You get hired and then kicked out before the even tour starts. So
now you want the money and you want the band and the drummer. By the way, the drummer wants this. Got a goddamn fucking rat. Whatever.
Give me the whole thing. Next up, Killswitch, Adam and Howard doing something together, which I was pretty stoked about. They haven't done anything since he left the band, as far as I'm aware. He left in 2012, just crazy. And then Jesse came back, the original lead singer, and I've enjoyed their output since then. I do enjoy the side project that Adam did with Jesse too, Times of Grace. Those two records are pretty solid. So I'm excited for this. I don't know what your take on it, but
that's cool. There was never any, as far as I know. I mean, I'm not super deep into the issues of Killswitch, but as far as I know, just like even gleaming this right now, there was no bad blood when he left. He was left for his own like mental health reasons, right?
Yes,
and he was burned out.
Yeah, mental health. So there's he's a diabetic too. So
okay.
I remember when that happened. He was having issues on tour and stuff. With his health and mental health. So I don't think there was anything bad blood wise. So
so good to see they got stuff going on again, and he's gonna probably do some sort of production for the next record because Adam D does the production stuff. So we'll see. Hopefully that's cool.
Personal issues, including diabetes, that had gone untreated for several years. So Howard didn't quit. So I guess they let him go because of that stuff. But it's good that there's no bad blood there. Feel good stories are always nice.
Few and far between sometimes, unfortunately.
Really is a great feel-good story coming up here. Queensryche, not a band that has any controversy at all. They all love each other. I just saw this and thought it was really cool. Queensryche, there's a new book coming out, and Chris DeGarmo actually is involved with the book. So
that's awesome.
Basically, the book's going to cover Operation Mindcrime and Empire, those albums and those tours. So I'm excited for this. I haven't really looked too much into it, but I just saw this and was, that's pretty cool that Chris is actually involved in it. Chris left the band in 97. So he's been a pilot ever since, which is interesting. I didn't know that. So that's what he's doing right now. So,
So is this, it's not an official book. It looks like a guy's writing it and getting contributions from everybody. That's what it seems like, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I think it's not officially the book. They actually talk about Mike. They actually give a quote in here from Michael Wilton, who's still in Queensryche, about like them having offers to do like an official book and stuff. So this isn't going to be an official thing, but I just thought it was cool that Chris was even involved in it. So very excited about this.
Years. Ooh, there you go. Oh, nice.
3 songs done. We actually saw Mercyful Fate when they came through town. They actually played this song. This song is making its rounds on the internet. Cool track. Check it out if you haven't heard it yet, and if you're into Mercyful Fate at all. So I'm excited about this. They got 3 tracks done, so maybe they can get this out this year. Maybe that'll be like your first Mercyful Fate album.
No, 100%. Well, so because before we went to the show, I knew very little, and then I threw myself into it. and I watched a few interviews with King when he talked about a new record, and it was kind of the first round when he's like said they had one they were working on, because all the interviews I saw, they were all like, what, like they're all like a little bit taken aback by it, but whatever, but so he said that they had a lot worked out for the next record, not like officially like put it. He's like, but we have ideas, we have stuff floating around and whatever, and we'll definitely try to get it out there. I think he said in 23, so that's the plan as of now. And they had the song they already did. They were already playing live, and they already completed it.
This one,
and he said that wasn't even done yet. Yeah, he said that wasn't even done yet. So like he said, that's still the demo stage, really. And that was a super sick song. So yeah, my first Mercyful Fate record. And however many years it's been. So there you go.
Very cool set. Still put on a great set. King still sounded really good live. So if they come through again, highly suggest checking them out. This is a cool tour too, Crater and Midnight. It was just a really good package. This I found really interesting. I'd like to hear your take on this. This might come out eventually when Sharon needs to break open the vaults. So Steve Vai says there's a whole album he did with Ozzy just shelved.
Okay.
So it's just, he was doing an interview. He was
mid-90s.
He was promoting. Yeah, he was promoting his new album that I think it's already out. And he did this, and he did a song with him in '95 on Osmosis, which I didn't know. And then they just did a whole album that hasn't ever been released. So I was like, this will come out eventually.
That would be super sick.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Ozzy stop touring, this will definitely get broken into the vaults. Steve says he has no rights to anything, so it's going to be all with Ozzy and Sharon, obviously. So but
that's super sick. Yeah, I assume, like, I don't know, there's no reason why they wouldn't start releasing stuff, right? I don't know why it's not already out there. I guess maybe that was the rainy day fund, right? Like, we have a bunch of stuff we've done. Don't break out the whole vault open yet. Let's wait a few times, a few farewell tours or something. But no, that'd be super sick to release that. And I'm still a fan of, like, I didn't listen to the new record, but I heard the singles off the newest Ozzy record. Really, even like even like the weird stuff he did with with the guest artists, like the record before, like it was cool stuff. Like I like obviously Ozzy has a lot of struggles vocally live, because he's older and didn't take care of himself at all. So like the years of any sort of Ozzy quality vocal are many, many years gone by. But studio Ozzy, with any correction or allowed time for rest or whatever it takes and all that stuff, studio Ozzy still sounds fucking amazing. It still sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would be really, really interesting too, because obviously Ozzy's known for having those virtuoso guitar players. Yeah. So obviously Steve Vai's one of the goats. So be really interesting. This is a funny fucking story. So Dee Snider, one of my favorite people in the world. Sarcasm there. So he made a comment like a month ago in an interview that Robert Plant and Dio are not performers. They were never good frontmen. That they were just good singers. Okay. So obviously people told him that he's a moron. And then now he's coming back and backtracking on it. And it was actually just a big misunderstanding, which basically just means I had a shit take. So basically his whole argument is that people are confusing singing with performing. And that because Ronnie, and he said he pretty much just stood on stage and sang, which is factually incorrect. Also, you went on tour with this dude. So like in his heyday, so you know that you're wrong. That makes him not a good frontman. Freddie Mercury, though, was an amazing singer and frontman because he interacted more, which is insane. The dude who invented devil horns was not a good frontman or entertainer. It's just astronomical. He later went on to say the same thing about Plant. Showed him nothing as a performer, even though he looked amazing. He had great hair and sang his ass off.
Okay, I understand the box he's trying to put this in now. I get it. Like, you're talking about a gimmick. You're not talking about work. And you're trying to say these guys couldn't work, or these guys didn't have a good gimmick. They could just work. That's what he's saying in wrestling terms here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't work a room, which is fucking insane. which is an insane fucking take. I would never once say that Ronnie James Dio or Robert Plant were not good frontmen. I would maybe say, okay, yeah, they're better singers than frontmen. And depending on your criteria, yes, maybe David Lee Roth is a better frontman than Ronnie James Dio. But like, to me, like, they're such better singers that it completely outweighs it.
Ty, last question quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you rather take David Lee Roth's performance or Sammy Hagar's voice? Because if you see Roth, you're getting shit vocals. Sammy's performance is still pretty cool. He still does stuff. But if like, my point is just like, I was just trying to make the same songs, whatever, same band. But I would rather go see a show and my dude that I'm seeing it sounds fucking awesome and maybe is quote unquote maybe limited or doesn't do fucking whatever you expect David to fucking splits in the air. I would rather him sound fucking awesome and great than be fucking most of the guys from that era, because the problem with it is a lot of them can't sing anymore, though they're getting to the age they can't move anymore either. But so they do a lot of this and they do a lot of that and shit, and that's why fucking Vince Neil exists. So
yeah, that's why that's why Dee Snider still exists.
Yeah,
no,
100%.
I don't think any person has done more with less in music. So good on them. Good on Dee Snider and Twisted Sister. You still managed to somehow remain in the conversation. You've done nothing relevant in 40 years.
Is this back-to-back shows that you've just knocked Dee Snider?
You have 3 songs. I don't know if I knocked him last one, but the last one that aired anyway. So he later went on to say that, he wasn't saying that Robert Plant wasn't good. He says he wasn't even in he wasn't in his league, which yes, obviously. But having said that, I do something at a level that he doesn't do. I engage the crowd, which is just whatever, bro. I get what you're trying to say, but I don't really understand.
Robert Plant engaged the entire fucking first 5 or 6 rows of women, and I fucked him the entire night and put his fucking dick out there the entire night. Also, that picture just looks like straight like now. That looks like fucking like Coverdale now. The far right. Picture. That's just Coverdale.
I thought you were talking about D. I was like, what the fuck?
No. Oh fuck no. God damn it. God, I'm no. He looks like I don't know, fucking looks just gross.
Like I'm not a Dee Snider fan, not a Twisted Sister fan. Anything else to add to this shit show?
No, because you're right. He had a bad take. He said some stupid shit for some fucking and the thing, he doesn't drink or do drugs or anything. He's a straight dude. So like, cool. But that doesn't that helps you, that bails you out sometimes when you say stupid shit like I was doing this, whatever, right? So he was soberly spouting off some dumb shit and didn't expect, or maybe I don't know, maybe wanted a little bit of pushback and I don't know, attention or whatever you want to say, right? And like, I don't know, maybe he's not that desperate for attention, but like I think he quickly realized how stupid he was, and then he tried to box it into a certain space. And that's what you do when that's what you do with sports takes and shit. You say something stupid, and they're like, "You fucking think so and so is better than this guy? Are you fucking kidding me?" Well, if you yeah, sure, career wise, maybe better. But if you look at this, then you can try to squish it down to make sense. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
fucking Dee Snider. There you go.
I just thought that was very interesting. And the problem is, it started on Twitter. He was just going back and forth with fans. It's just don't do that. Anyway, let's move a little bit into Tyler's more neck of the woods.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I saw this second show added, which I was like, didn't this one have to? I understand the first day got canceled because of the wind last year, but wasn't last year 2 days?
3 or 4 dates, I think it was.
Okay, I just don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you just make it multiple days?
They did. They were going to. I think that was all like that. They're gonna announce another one too. Like that's what's. So they're gonna. If the first one had 3 days, this one's gonna have 3 days because this one's headliners are Blink and Green Day. That's the festival. Like that's the reason why y'all are fucking there. So yeah, it's whatever. It's cool. Like I do like this lineup. For the most part, there's like certain bands that don't appeal to me or were never my gimmick at all.
Offspring.
Yeah, Offspring's cool.
Blink, Green Day
for the 1,000th time. Yeah, And then also Say Anything got back together for this, and then now they're just doing more stuff, so they're just back together now, which is fine. So Max needed a little money, little bit of wham, a little walking around money, and got the band back together, which is his right to do. I have no problem with that. But I don't know why you break a band up that's basically just you anyway. So whatever. Anyway, keep going.
We got Lit. My boys
small as shit.
This is like my section. Got Lit. Got Phoenix TX. Got Knuckle Puck. Well,
That's one of the funniest things you ever said to this day is we're listening to Knuckle Puck on Spotify to check out Knuckle Puck, and then Ty goes, I don't know, man. I don't think this is the best song Knuckle Puck has. It was their number one song.
They could do
better. They have better songs. Yeah, they have better songs.
They got something better in them. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Movements, this is it. Movements is playing, and I've told Ty this before. I'll tell everybody. Movements is the next hype band. They're the next big fuck band. 100%. So that set, whatever they're gonna play at, is gonna be nuts.
Okay.
They're cool too.
This is I mean, it's a cool lineup, man. I mean, the first one was really cool too. It sucks that the wind kind of ruined it. Everybody thought it was going to be a shit show initially, and then the wind happened, so everybody was like, "Oh, it's a shit show," but it was just because of the fucking wind. Like they didn't want the stage collapsing and shit.
As far as I know, as far as I know, everything went off pretty much without a hitch for the most part with a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I talked to bands before, and bands like a lot of them, not all of them, because I remember Bayside talked about the first one, and Bayside's like they were like Anthony from Bayside was just saying like the people that are putting this on, like, yeah, it's like Live Nation, Live Nation doing it, but they were actually all from small ticket agencies from the East Coast and stuff, and they were dealing with them for years. And he just said, like, yeah, they work for like the Evil Empire, but what's funny is that all these people that are putting this festival on are those people from those small venues, DIY projects way back when. And he said that I trust them to pull this off without a hitch, and for the most part it was. And like I said, bands didn't really know what was going on for a lot of that time until they got there and they realized that, oh, this shit is real and really well produced. And Live Nation being the biggest ticketing agency in the world, if anybody can do something right, they should be the ones. So
are these dynamic tickets too? That'd be interesting.
No, these are no fuck no. This is fucking good. It's just you pay. They're a lot of money, but you pay for fucking days, you pay for fucking weekends. That makes the fuck sense.
Yeah, it does. What a concept. I saw this and I'm like, I wonder if this will get interested. Tyler will be interested now. So Anthem Part 3 being mixed for the new album. Still don't care. Still not interested. All right.
I saw that. So no, I saw that and I saw that was a deal, whatever, right? So like I saw the post that's on IP, so or whatever course or whatever. So I don't care. Like, I don't hate this record, but I still have little to no interest in it at this point. I'll still listen to it for sure. I still have not listened to the first song. They released Edging a month and a half or 2 months ago by now, probably 3 months ago. So I've not heard it one time. And Anthem Part 3.
Going in blind.
I liked. Yeah, 100%. I like Anthem Part 2 and Anthem. I don't know what Part 3 would really do. As far as I know, my blank super fandom here. They're not like a story. It's not Unforgiven 3, whatever, right? So we'll see.
Yeah,
I just Part 3.
I saw that and wanted to gauge your interest there. And then last, but certainly not least, the guy who kind of started this segment here, the boss, Bruce Springsteen, nearly killed him.
I didn't see this.
Killed him, man. You did not see this. Okay.
I didn't see this.
So let's take a look. I don't think we're gonna get copyright because of TMZ. Let's see if it plays. No, it doesn't want to play. Let's see.
Ooh.
You gonna play?
He nails his tech in the head.
Yes. Basically, yeah. So he throws the guitar off.
Oh.
So you can see a picture there. This guy's here. And then the guy just gets hit and he goes, I wish I could play the video for you. I don't know why it's not playing. He literally just goes face forward down.
Face forward?
Yeah, it's just like boom, just knocked out. And then literally Bruce is like, well, we got a man down. That's fucking great.
Just throw the X up.
Let me try to reload it here.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, literally. Here we go. So There we go. Here we go. Boom. And then he kind of gets up and scoots off stage.
Bruce is walking like Hulk Hogan right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, paralyzed Hulk. I saw that and was like, dude, boom.
God damn it. I am sorry, sir. Like, what sucks is like, I mean,
oh.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy.
Bruce has done that every night for fucking 20 years, probably, at least.
Yeah.
And works every time almost, except for when it doesn't, right?
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it. Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. Yeah, that was from last week. But anyways, guys, that is everybody's favorite segment of the podcast. That is music news. Thanks for checking it out. So let's get into the main topic tonight. Let's talk about Record Store Day. So Record Store Day is April. It's April 22nd. So we're literally, as of recording this, we are exactly 2 months away to the day. Okay. So there you go.
Love it.
The list always comes out. It came out last week, so like a couple months early. So it's always a big day if you're into vinyl and going to record stores. Some people love it still. Some people absolutely hate it. I'm kind of in between sometimes. So what's your kind of overall feelings on just the whole gimmick?
Oh, Record Store Day these days?
Just in general, not necessarily this list. We'll get into the list, but like just like in general, are you still feeling it? Is it overrated? Are you tired of it?
I mean, I don't know if I'm tired of it. I do. So I think that Record Store Day needs to be more selective. I still like doing it. Like when me and you go, we stand outside for a couple hours, whatever, or 15 hours, depending on what's going on, whatever. And I still like doing it. It's still fun to me, it's still fun. Like the chase is still kind of fun. Like I hate when I don't get stuff, obviously, but chasing it's still fun and like bouncing around the stores and whatever, hoping like, because this store, maybe these people aren't as into this as these people are. Maybe they got more or whatever, right? So like that kind of conversation is always fun for me. So I still like that. Like I think even the vibes, at least at our locals, has changed a little bit than what it was even like 5 or 6 years ago. I think the vibes are a little bit different nowadays. Not like a bad way. It just is a little bit different.
Different.
I still like it. Like I said, I still like it. I just wish me and you every fucking year we talk about it. I just hate that there's so much bullshit. I hate there's just so much fucking shit that gets pressed that like maybe there is a demand for it. I don't know, but it's very limited, real limited demand. And you shouldn't. I don't know. Like you shouldn't print off 10,000, Belladonna box sets. Maybe you just don't need to do that. Like,
it wasn't even a box set.
Just a double LP or whatever it was. Yeah. Like, maybe you don't need to do that. Like, print off 2,000 of them, which is still a pretty solid number, but that's more sought after at that point,
Yeah.
Because there's just too much of it now left over that we fight or we just lug through fucking for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think it's hard. I think they go, oh, Stevie Nicks. This will get eaten up. And at our stores, it did not. That Belladonna release was from Black Friday, right? That thing is still floating. Which coincidentally, they're doing another Stevie Nicks release this year from that tour. So
awesome.
It actually gives me more interest because it's shit. It's stuff from a CD box set, a live set that's never been on vinyl. So it's like it actually makes more sense than just repressing Belladonna, which has 1 billion copies of it out there. But yeah, I'm kind of the similar vibes. Like it's just changed. And like depending on what's coming out, you could have 10 people at the store in line. You could have 100 people and start depending on when you go. So, and we'll get to that because there is a release that's going to drive them out to the store this year. So yeah, I still have a ton of fun. And to your point about like just like pressing a bunch of shit, like I was watching Mike from the in-group. I was watching his kind of like breakdown of the list and stuff. And he said normally it's like 500 titles. And this year it's like 300. So they trimmed a lot of shit. So I'm personally pretty happy with the list. There's a lot of things I'm interested in. So I'll bring up the list now. We can kind of go through it together. This stuff, 1975. This shit'll be money.
It'll bring them out.
Yeah, 2,500 copies of this live show.
CD, LP, and cassette.
Yeah, 400 of the cassette. So all that shit will be money. I'm not interested in it, but we'll kind of point out stuff that will be that we think will be the hot ticket items. Got an Allman Brothers show, Record Store Day First, though. Record Store Day First, for those who don't know, we're getting inside baseball here, but you normally don't talk this much about vinyl, coincidentally, on the show. But Record Store Day First, meaning that they're probably going to repress this down the road. This is just the first time it's been released. Exclusive means typically that they're not ever going to repress it. What else do we got? If there's anything that you want to talk about, just feel free to. Feel free to talk. Got Bjork.
Yeah, I got Bjork. Got Black Rebel. Got Blur coming out here with the double LP. David Byrne. That's another. Captain Beefheart.
This is really cool. I don't know if you looked at this Eric Carr release from Kiss. So let me swap this over. So they did it like a solo, like a Kiss solo record.
Yeah,
and it's his solo stuff, but I found it cool that they did it like the 5th Kiss solo album. I know Eric Carr he's a beloved member of Kiss. He died from heart cancer. So really sad. But yeah, this is what's is this 80? Can't remember the year. It's like 85 or something. But anyway, they did it as the 5th Kiss. So I was just like, that's a pretty cool gimmick. I like
that's very cool.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got? Nothing else here. There wasn't much on the first page. Anything you want to talk about on here?
Bigger. No, go over, go down, make your rows bigger.
Oh, just add more.
Yeah, just go 200. Then you can keep 200. You keep scrolls. Yeah, you keep scrolls.
I'll just go to the next page.
All right.
Got the Cranberries. This is a pretty cool release. This is from what, 2000? 2001 album. So this has never been released on vinyl before. I'm a pretty decent Cranberries fan. This won't be something I go after though. There's not much stuff I know on here, so I won't drop the money on it.
That's if you find it cheap.
Exactly. It's just cool that, I usually get hyped for the stuff that's never been on vinyl before, obviously. So,
yeah.
The Cure, this will be a big deal. 10,000 copies of it.
Hope it's just not a picture disc. They're just doing picture discs forever, and that doesn't say that. So I have hope for it, right?
Let's take a look. TLP double live album.
Oh. Ooh.
2 LP picture disc.
Of course, there you go. It's always picture disc, man. Like there's been Cure stuff we found in the wild afterwards for Record Day, because they do a lot of Record Day stuff, and it's all picture disc. I just don't care. Like it sucks. Like I just don't care about it at that point.
Yeah,
we got Dio,
but that'll be a hot ticket item. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. That's not a picture disc, which is nice. Yes, this is interesting to me. This is a greatest hits. It is a Record Store Day First, though. I have all this stuff, and there isn't any bonus tracks on it. So, like, I'm not. Okay. It's just a compilation. It's kind of cool. I think it's the first time on vinyl. Let's take a look here.
That's cool.
It's the first. Doesn't say. I think it might be the first time on vinyl, but I don't know. I might pick it up if I can find it later for cheap. We'll see.
It's not a priority release at this point.
Dio, this is a cool show. There's a lot of good tracks on here. It's a 4 LP. You got Man on the Silver Mountain, Starstruck. So you got some Rainbow stuff. You got Heaven and Hell. So you got Black Sabbath stuff. And then you got solo Dio stuff. So it's a good set from 83. It was originally a part of the 4 CD Holy Diver box set. So they're pulling it out for vinyl. So might be interested in that. It is an exclusive 8,000. So we'll go over pricing later, which that is why I'm saying I might be interested in some of this stuff. Because the one release that I have to have, which Tyler will find out the price of later.
Ooh.
It's going to be interesting. So, if there's anything else you see here, Tyler, feel free to.
Here's
your
the 3-inch
stuff.
doors. Yeah, so they did the Lover Madly, Hello, I Love You, and Break On Through. They got a 3-inch vinyl. I don't have a single 3-inch record because why would I?
Mm-hmm.
And so I buy all the Doors Extra Day releases, all of them, or I try to, at least the last like 8 of them. And I did miss a few, but so that's the release. And they have the little turntable, the 3-inch turntable, which I guess is obviously another part of this because it's a special Doors turntable. I'm fucking stupid. It's a toy. It's just a toy. I get it. I'm in on it. I told you already, and I'm probably not joking. I'm probably gonna buy the 3-inch records and not the turntable because to me, that's too dumb. For me, that's too dumb.
I couldn't find the price of this yet. Okay. I did look on Zia's website, and they still have the Anthrax one listed from like last year, and just the turntable was $100.
Okay, so I'm looking at $165 or some shit.
Probably for this set, yes.
Yeah.
And I imagine the 3 inches are probably going to be at least $10-15 a piece.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I couldn't find those either. So I'm curious to see what those are going to be price-wise. So, I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. It's a cool novelty thing, you know? It's literally what it is.
That makes me upset. Like, so we've talked this already, that there's not a lot of Doors like vault stuff anymore. Supposedly the last song came out last record we talked about, with the Blues in Paris or Blues Paris, Blues in Paris, I think it is, or Paris Blues, Players Blues, whatever. Anyway, but they do have a boatload. I actually looked at the Hoffman forums and I looked at the Doors. I don't know, the Doors thread, I believe it was, and there were dudes on there getting pissed because I guess they bought certain live stuff maybe like 25 years ago, and they bought tapes from whomever had them, whatever, right? They bought some tapes and they've put some of them out. They actually have not released all of certain shows, and people are pissed because they're like, you bought so-and-so's tapes. Why aren't you putting these out? That should be the priority, not you putting out 3-inch copies of Hello, I Love You. What are you doing? Like, and these guys getting pissed, which is totally true. There's a lot of cool live stuff you can put out there on vinyl or re-put out there in colorways or whatever, because there's some stuff that's about there officially, I think, from prior retro days, like early on, and it's a little harder to find. So if you want to repress it, that's cool with me too, because it gives me a chance to buy it.
Do you think this will move?
Yeah.
Do you think the market's there for this stuff?
1,500? Yeah, absolutely. If they did 10,000 of them, no. But I think there's definitely Doors fans that, again, I don't know, maybe there are people like me. I think we'll see more turntables than we will records, even though the turntables are 400 or 500, and the records are 15 a piece. So
it's just going to be the money, you know. So if you want to drop a bill or more on it, who knows? Enslaved, I'm very excited for this. This is an exclusive
1550.
The Hoardings Land EP, originally released in '93. It was originally a split CD with Emperor. So this just has the Enslaved stuff. 4 tracks. Very cool. This has 2,000, but this is 1550. So who fucking knows? It looks very cool. Looks like a cool variant.
That's cool.
I'm definitely excited for this. The price, which we'll get to later, is what is making me not so excited.
Wonderful.
But that is definitely on my probably must have. Fleetwood Mac. This is early Fleetwood Mac, so for all the hardcore diehards, it'll be good. So what's up?
ELP up there, man. If you want to make ELP your next band, right there, 1,000 regional release.
Yeah, it's a picture disc though, so
okay, all right, fair.
And you can find that record all day, every day.
Yeah.
Garbage got an EP coming out. 1,600 on that.
Yeah. Frau. That's another one that people are getting jazzed about.
Generation X. So Billy Idol's first band. So that's it for the second page there. So let's move to the third here. Another Dead set. Gotta have the Dead set. Everybody buys them. It's crazy. They release them every year. Different show.
And we don't ever see them again.
Yeah, they go. 2 a year because they do them for Black Friday too. So it's insane. So that'll obviously be a big ticket item.
I wish they were my favorite band. I wish, like,
Mm-hmm.
be so cool. Maybe I don't because it's a lot more money, but like, it's so cool to have that much shit they're just putting out there constantly.
Yeah, I actually saw this today. I didn't see this when it was this list first came up. So in this moment, this is their first album, and it's getting a repress. This is getting 1,000 copies. The thing about this band is I love this record. This came out in 2007. If you're into metalcore, this is kill switch riffs, that type of stuff with female vocals. I quickly fell off of this band because they changed their sound drastically on the next record. Now they're they're cool. They're like a gothic industrial. They do different stuff every record. They're a big band. Like they've got a gold record. They've done a lot of shit since this album. Yeah. This is my album. So this is definitely on the list if I could find it, limited to 1,000. I'm a big Maria Brink fan, the lead singer. Like she's got a really cool story. She had a kid at like 15, and then the band like broke. 07 was their first record. This record, I saw them on 08 Ozfest, and they really broke in like 2012, and she was already like mid 30s when they broke. So like she was at it for a long time, like making no money, bootstrapping it basically. Yeah. So I was just always impressed with her, and they're a fairly big band in the scene. If you're into screamy verses and clean choruses, like they're the band for you. But I'm definitely excited about this. It's got some bonus tracks on there. I don't own this, so yeah,
that's awesome. 1,000 for that, but I feel like they could sell more than 1,000, but I guess that's for just limited stuff. But yeah,
I feel like they could because they still got a lot of fans. They still get booked on all the big tours. So definitely excited for that one though.
Are we 100% sure regional focus means it's only for like the Northeast or some shit? Like that's what that means, right?
I have no idea. So somebody maybe smarter than us can comment if they're watching.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have no idea. Got some Elton John. Records Today first though. Norah Jones records for that'll be a big one. But it's a Records Today.
Click that Elton John real quick. Click it. What is it?
Okay.
I just straight repress can't be. I assume there has to be like a deluxe edition here.
4,000 copies, 2 LP repress. Blah blah blah. It's got some demos.
Oh, okay. So if that's your record,
yeah.
There you go. That's a good record to have. That's your record.
Yeah, got Daniel on there. Obviously, Crocodile Rock. It's got some big jams on there. Hold on, I closed out of the list, so let me get back on there.
Woohoo! We're actually first, so those will be hanging out for a while. So those repress more at some point.
Yes, yeah, exactly. They'll do more of those. It's probably obviously going to be a different variant, but no, didn't want.
Oh, it's fair.
Yeah, so it probably won't be the same thing because I don't think they've done like the Offspring greatest hits that we got was a Record Store Day first, and I don't think they redid it. So I think they did a different variant though.
Yeah, I think they did black, but I don't think they ever did any more blues or anything. Yeah.
All right. Lacuna Coil. These are the records I kind of fell off on, so I'm not really interested in those. Macho Man.
10-inch. Ooh.
Definitely interested in this. I don't know. This might be the gem of the list. It's limited to 1,000. It's a limited run regional focus release. So I don't even know if we're going to get any copies in the state. We'll see. I am excited. For this. Coincidentally, I'll probably never listen to it, but
gotta ask Mike. See, maybe he knows.
Yeah,
probably gonna get some.
I don't know. Maybe he'll get like 30 of them. Obviously, this has the what is it? Be a Man or whatever.
Be a man, Hogan.
Be a man about the Hawkster. So
they should
purple vinyl.
Hogan records too. That's cool.
Yeah, they should. So yeah, this looks sick. So it's just a matter of whether or not we can find it or not.
That is a shit.
Yeah, it's 1,000. So that's not a lot
more
of
Madonna
guys.
releases. That's good. Those will go.
Yeah. This John Lennon box set, 10-inch vinyl box set, Record Store Day first, 500 copies. So this will go quick and be money.
Yeah.
Post Malone stuff, that's a Record Store Day first, 10,000 copies, but it'll still probably be popular, obviously. So
yeah, it'll go.
Let's take a look here. All
Paul
right.
McCartney.
Yeah, always with the McCartney. I'm very excited for this. The Midnight synthwave band. This is a live set, 1,300 copies, Record Store Day exclusive. This will be money. I guarantee it. All their shit is money. I have two of their releases. The only reason I have them is because I happened to get lucky and it came up on vinyl releases that they were repressing them and stocking them back in the web store. I think they do all this shit themselves. So this will be a lot of money. I'm definitely going to try to get it. You know, it sucks you're going to be paying premium dollars for 10 tracks or 8 tracks, whatever it is. But definitely excited for that. Absolutely love them.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Got Mr. Big Crew. This is a picture disc, so who cares? Yeah, Motorhead. They've been doing these a lot. I should have just gone on them and started getting them, but I didn't. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to start with the fourth one.
So much. Yeah.
I could probably find them. Here's the Belladonna Record Store Day, 10,000 copies.
Yeah, it's going to be forever.
Belladonna Live. So pretty cool, though. Cool cover. So yeah, this is just the whole live set. So that was once in a, I think a deluxe like CD box set. So that is cool. Really good set too.
No, Stevie needs stuff out there. I get it. Like people are gonna buy it. Absolutely, they should. Stevie Nicks is awesome, amazing. Mm-hmm. But these are gonna hang. They're gonna hang like any other release for fucking months, if not over many years. And you're gonna see them get turned in and just hang out. Like it just sucks. Yeah. Like you're pressing so many, and like I don't understand it. Like just because it's a massive name doesn't, because contrary to popular belief, your kid's sister maybe is not going to go to Record Store Day and try to buy the Belladonna live set. Maybe she runs into it at some point, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing that she knows about and wants that thing for Stevie Nicks at least. Like I don't know. It's just so much.
Yeah, obviously too. We're skipping over like the jazz stuff. We have terrible taste, so. It's like there's other stuff in here that other people are going to be way more interested in. And it's probably shit.
What's the Nuge? What's the Nuge Vault?
Nuge Vault. Let's see. Record Store Day exclusive 4,000 Volume 1.
Oh, so nice. You're gonna get many.
I don't know. Yeah. The Vault.
I know barely.
First volume features studio outtakes and rough mixes.
Oh, free for all.
Free for all taken from Ted's newly discovered. I just found them. I swear to God, I just found them. They were gone. I always love that. It's always newly discovered.
Yeah.
Previously, it's not just news; it's everybody. But previously unreleased early versions. So,
that's kind of cool
for somebody. I'm not like,
I'm not a massive Nuge fan, but like I like enough Nuge. See what happens.
Our Lady Peace. This is the greatest hits. I might be interested in that. It's 2,500 copies.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, give way. This is an interesting release because this was basically a retracted CD. It was originally scheduled for release in '98 as a promo, and then it really never. There's copies floating around that are thousands of dollars. So this will be a fucking big. This will be a big time fucking release.
15.
It's 15.5, but this will go fast and be worth money. So this is from '98 Melbourne Park show in Australia.
That's awesome.
The only shitty part about this I was reading online is that it's not the full set, which sucks. So it's 17 tracks. I'm like, that's not a full Pearl Jam set. That's half the set. So maybe they just didn't want to do a 4 LP set or something. I don't know. So I guess maybe the CD. Maybe the CD has
part 2, but it's not consecutive, so never mind.
Yeah, maybe the CD has the rest of the tracks, but this will be a big this is definitely a big release, and the story behind it's really interesting too.
Yeah.
So this would be obviously a big deal for.
So why did they call it back?
I don't know. It was originally scheduled for release in '98 as a promo item, but it never saw the light of day outside of an extremely limited number surfacing. So I don't know why they never put it out. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
This is from the Yield tour, which is interesting because this is Australia and their signs say give way, not yield. So
yeah, that's cool.
Random tidbit there. They're doing the LP, 2 LP, and the CD, which the CD is Record Store Day first, which is interesting.
Yeah,
LP is not. Peppa Pig back again. Wasn't there like a Peppa Pig release like a couple of years ago?
You got Pixies there too.
Yeah, that'll be a big one. Porcupine Tree, this will be a big one. Got some Elvis stuff. Porcupine Tree is Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth.
Oh,
This is one of his other bands,
side project.
So that'll be a big deal.
There you go.
Interested in this Queensryche Operation Mindcrime 2 Record Store Day first. It's 2,500. I don't know the variant, but I'll probably pick that up. Not my favorite Queensryche record, but you gotta have them all. I'm interested in this Ramones Pleasant Dream. There's different mixes, and it's actually an alternate cover too, which I dig. Ooh. So that's cool. I always like that when they find alternate shit, make it a little bit different. So all this is different mixes from this record. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I might be interested in that. We'll see. We'll put it in the maybe pile. That's it for that. So really nothing that you're like stoked about, really. I mean, you're after
not
the
really.
Doors.
I'm lukewarm on it.
Would you get the Macho Man if you saw it?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I'm stoked on that.
Stones, Beggar's Banquet, more Todd Rundgren, so all that stuff will be money. Shadows Fall, The War Within. This is a really good record. I'm kind of interested in it. It's a Record Store Day first. All the Shadows Fall stuff that they've done for the last 3 years is just kind of hung out, though. So probably wait. That's my favorite Shadows Fall record, though, for sure. Metalcore band from the Northeast, so similar to Killswitch and that type of stuff. Let's see here. Soul Asylum NT Unplugged. It's really cool that they did that, but I'm not interested in
that much.
Yeah.
Got Ringo stuff. There you go.
This is interesting. I wanted to ask you about this. So, Summer Rental. This is a John Candy movie. Did you know this movie existed?
Not at all.
Okay. Because I was going through the list and I'm like, what is that? I clicked on it, and this is the score for the movie. It's from recent an 85 Candy movie. I'm like, I gotta watch this movie. I've never heard of this movie. So
also that score is funny because he's also done the Avengers movies.
Alan Silvestri, he's done a shit ton of movies. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
He did Young Guns. So he's done a ton.
That's how you know it's good.
That is how you know it's good. I just thought that was hilarious. The Big crazy, Boy, Taylor Swift, Folklore. This is the studio sessions for the recording of this album. 75,000 copies. This is gonna be the Big Boy, obviously. I don't know if it's gonna resell for a ton. That's a lot of copies.
Lot.
But it'll go. It's definitely gonna go. There will be people lining up. People lined up for that single. This is a full record of unreleased shit. So, it's all basically they got together and actually recorded this live in the studio because that record was recorded during COVID, so none of the players were actually in the studio when they recorded it. So this is those sessions. So that's a ton of copies, but this will be the big ticket item for sure.
Yeah, well, the thing about it too is what sucks. Well, I don't know, whatever you want to say, is that like 75,000 is a lot of copies. So I do think that it will hang for a little bit. Like I don't think it's going instantly. But here's the thing: is that your kid sister doesn't know that. So she sees a Taylor Swift release that she wants. They're gonna line up and they're gonna think they need to get it right now. to be able to get one, which maybe they do. I don't know. 75,000 is a lot to me. Maybe not to all the Swifties out there. Maybe that's not a lot at all. But I think that is the big release that's going to have the line super long from people that we don't necessarily see at these record stores that often, which I don't care about that. Do your thing, girls. You want to buy a record, buy a record. I love it. But just, it's going to inconvenience some other weirdos like myself buying the 3-inch Doors record because they're in run out. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mars Volta stuff. Frank Turner, Tape Deck Heart. This is a really good record. Record store day first, though, 1,500 copies. Are you in on this? Even though it's a first?
Yeah. So if I find it, I mean, it's a first, so like it's going to be that price forever. If I don't find anything and it's just a regular release for me, basically at that point, it's just regular money release, I assume I'll buy it.
Okay.
I like that record a lot. So
yeah,
I mean, if I don't find anything else.
I do like this record too. Did a different cover, and this has a bunch of demos on it too. So you are getting extra shit, which I like. It's not just a straight release, so that is nice. Let's see. We got more U2 stuff. Hold on, I'm thinking. I got more Twisted. U2 stuff. Yeah, of course you got Twisted. This UFO I'm interested in. It doesn't say how many copies it is. It's a greatest hits. So, and they're a band I've always been tempted. So I think that might be a good, because they're a big influence band. Like Iron Maiden loves UFO. Everybody I like loves UFO. So I'm interested. Let's see, we're getting all the compilations and soundtracks shit here.
Yeah, nothing. I didn't see anything on here that was super crazy. Like, I guess the Sun Records, if you want that, that's fine. But yeah, nothing for me really.
The only thing I saw in here, and I'm not finding it right now, is Prom Night 2. The sequel to the slasher with Jamie Lee Curtis is getting a release. It's like 1,500 copies, and I got a feeling that will be money eventually.
That will be money. It's horror.
Yeah.
So yes,
it's horror stuff. It's 1,500. I think it's an exclusive too. So I've never seen Prom Night 2 or 3, but I might pick it up just based on that fact. I do love Prom Night 1. It's a great fucking movie. The soundtrack's awesome too, because the story of the soundtrack is they tried to get the rights to all these disco songs, and they were going to put all these songs in the movie. And then obviously the labels said, okay, here, pay us $1 billion for these songs, because they're all like the biggest songs at the time. And they like, oh, we don't, that's more than the entire budget for the movie. So the composer, like the guy who did the score, like basically made all these knockoffs in like a night.
Nice.
He had like 2 nights or some shit to make all these songs. So the songs in it are all knockoffs, and it's hilarious. But it's hilariously good.
It's fucking Dale over here.
The Big Boy. Live. Right here, right now. Van Halen. Where did it go? There it is. Still don't have the cover on here yet. 7,500 copies, record store day exclusive. This will be a big deal. This will be gone. And it's a record store day exclusive. I wanted to ask you, how do you, this is the start of the Hagar reissue campaign.
That's what it seems to be, hopefully, right?
That's literally what it says on Rhino's website. So
okay.
How do you feel that the first one is a record store day exclusive release and it's a live record?
So I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with it because it kind of kicks it off with like a special kind of vibe for it. Because like if they just release, 5150, well, that'd be a big deal with Van Halen fans. Unless, because like Sammy said, there's not a lot in the vault. He said I think Sammy's like literally name checked the song, or maybe few songs that are still like in the vault, right? Because when we looked it up last week, whatever, we talked about it. I think 5150, they were talking about doing a release, or no, it was the Fuck record, right?
I can't remember.
I think it was Fuck, and that he name checked the finished completed song, and he said we still have whatever, I forget what the name was. We still have that, so that'll be cool when that comes out, whatever, right? So like, there's not a lot of like Hagar vault stuff, like pro stuff, whatever, like album stuff. So live stuff out there, I think they released everything they want to put out there because Eddie was a maniac. So this is kind of the most special they could do as being the introduction to that campaign for me. Okay. Because maybe not everyone wants to own right here right now, possibly. Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't. So if they want to make it a limited thing for just the super special fans, I guess they can do that. I'm stoked on it though, and I like it. I'm just really worried I'm not going to get it. So
it's 4 LP. You are getting some bonus tracks. So The Dream Is Over, Eagles Fly. That's from the DVD, Laserdisc VHS. So that's really cool. And then you're getting Mine All Mine from the Live Jump EP from 93.
Yeah.
So you are getting some extra shit, which is cool. I'm really stoked for this. You're going to see the price. So we'll see if you're still stoked.
Oh, sick.
I'm stoked about everything but the price.
Right.
So we'll see. I think it's cool that we're getting this. I'm scared that it's an exclusive release. So I don't want them to do this every time. Like
they wouldn't do that.
If For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge or Balance and shit becomes Record Store Day stuff, I'm going to be not happy. Yeah. Don't take something that's already rare and just make it again and then make it rare instantaneously.
Does no one any fucking yeah. I mean, unless there's variants, whatever.
But this is an exclusive release, so who knows?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if they'll ever do this again. So who knows? And you can't, if you want to get in on that, you can't take the chance. So the Fur Pipe, that's pretty cool. That's finally getting a vinyl release.
That's the record you said too, right?
It is. That's with the Freshman on there. So it's the first time on vinyl. I'm really interested in this. This is Scott Weiland, 12 Bar Blues. This is his blues record. It is an exclusive out of 4,000. So I'm definitely interested in checking that out. I've always heard great things. So, yes, I'm way interested in this. This is live at Knoxville. This is from a giant box set. You can buy the box set right now for $500. It's like 21 shows.
Jesus.
Which I don't need that. This is just one show out of that set. This is right after what fucking show? Let me open it up here. Closer to the Edge. So this is on that tour, which is like the band's at their fucking peak. So I'm excited for that. I'll definitely pick that up because that'll be money too.
Yeah.
And let's see, that's it. Warren Zevon rounds it out. So out of all that, probably Van Halen and Doors for you. That's your that's your deal. Okay.
Van Halen, Doors, Frank Turner. If anything else kind of like is cheap or the weird enough priced where I'll take a chance on it. Like, I don't know, Allman Brothers. It's like $24. I'll buy it. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the Allman Brothers recently, so maybe that'll be something I want to do. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. See what's up. There's no there's no Bowie on here, which is super shocking.
There is one Bowie thing on the UK list.
Oh, okay. So
didn't go over the US. It's early Bowie too, which I found interesting.
Oh, really?
It wasn't anything. Yeah, it wasn't. It was like late 60s or some shit.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
It wasn't anything like more recent like they have been doing. So we're on Bull Moose right now. Let's take a look at some pricing. Not hateful. A lot of the stuff we didn't go over. Let me pick out stuff that we saw that we were interested in. I am I don't know why. Did you guys take this down? Did you guys just take it down? I don't know. I hit 2 and it went away. 50 Years of TV's Greatest Hits, Volume 2.
Yeah, I saw that.
$40.
God damn it.
I remember when they did that like last year and they didn't come in.
Jesus.
I'm excited to watch the In Groove stream. I'm dumb. I always love watching that for 10, 12 hours or whatever it is.
I wouldn't do it. Last 2-3 years or whatever, 2-3 extra days, I should say.
It's always fascinating to people watch.
Yeah.
Nothing yet here. Where's stuff that I wanted? Cure, $45.
$45.
2 picture discs. The Death, 24. I'm not hating that. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
Dio, 35. That's not terrible. It's a 2 LP.
That's what it is.
Let's see here. Dope's got a releasing it. Dope. Eddie Money, the cover. It's like a covers record. I'm like, okay, I'm not interested in that. Elton John's $40. It's crazy.
Jesus. Also, that looks like Michael Hayes right there.
This guy?
Yeah. Ages.
Great. Yeah. Here's my Enslaved EP, 4 songs for $36. So
fuck, they better not press that son bitch ever again.
yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Here's the Eric Carr release, $40, 2 LP. It's not hateful. Frank Turner,
$40. Wow, that is a lot.
I mean, yeah, that just seems like the price. Here's that Garbage EP for
Garbage
24. And the Dead Set, 125, which is like a deal compared to most of the shit. You get 5 LPs. It's like 1,000 hours of music right there.
No, 100%, absolutely. Good goddamn.
Let's see here. Yeah, this is I mean, the pricing's just obviously everything's crazy now. Like it just is what it is now, but it just keeps going up. Like it just seems like every year it's like, what can we charge?
No, 100%. It's absolutely fucking true. Like I don't know what the bottom dollar is, but if certain bands can sell 2 LPs for $22 all day, all night, you should be able to too. Whatever, I guess.
35 for Macho. I'm gonna buy it if it's there because you're never gonna see it again.
No, you're never gonna see it.
And that's gonna be worth money.
Oh yeah,
because it's a random ass thing, and it covers 2 fandoms. You can pay $27 for a crew.
Cool.
Picture this.
Great. 45 for the Motorhead if you want to pick it up. I just you don't have to go back. It's fine. Yeah, the Motorhead's only $40.
Like I said though, I don't want to buy Volume 4 first. Maybe I'll look at the other ones and see. Maybe they're cheaper now. Yeah.
There's so much Motorhead shit out there. I'd be surprised if it's super expensive on resale.
I would be too. Here's those Pearl Jams, 46.
All right.
Our Lady Peace, Grace says 50, 48, basically. Crazy. This is that Prom Night too, $40, but this is going to be worth money. Yeah. Ramones, 25.
That's what it is. It's fine. It's good.
I'm gonna have to go in with a game plan, or they're gonna get
35.
What's that?
Wyland's for 35.
Yeah. I don't know.
God damn, bro.
Satisfall for 28.97, so $30. Soul Asylum for 37. So yeah, I mean you can kind of see the theme here. The Doors weren't on here, and I couldn't find it. There's that Stevie Nicks for 35. I feel like that's what the Belladonna, the reissue was.
It's whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't find the Doors on here. Taylor Swift's only 40, which I was shocked. I thought that was a 50 spot all day.
Yeah, and she could have got it too easily.
Easily. Charged 60.
Yeah.
Charged 100. Yeah, probably. Here's that midnight $30. That hurts, but I have to buy that because that I guarantee you that will be money. I guarantee you.
Nutso.
Verve Pipe for 35.
No Wonder Years up there too. The live set.
Yeah.
35.
30.
Or 30.
UFO for 34. Van Halen, 1997, brother.
Oh, no. I saw that. Yeah. That's not, it wasn't. If it's 1997, also, real quick, what if it's just CDs? They just put the CD out there, they released the CDs.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Yeah, that's what it actually was. Yeah. Just
there's
no price.
My definitely's are this and the Van Halen. So you will see that I might not be buying anything else after the Yes and the Van Halen. So Rhino actually put this out, and it is on their homepage. So let's share this tab. We are looking at 100 bones. I mean, it's 4 LP. I guess it's just $25 LP. But I don't want to miss out on this. I don't. Because I don't, it's exclusive. If it was a first, I would just be like, I'll wait.
No, it's gone.
Because of the exclusive thing. And now you have to weigh the fact, that people are going to be queuing. They're going to be lining up for Taylor Swift. So you have to count the people. Where's the crossover? Is it going to be the Van Halen dad with the Taylor Swift daughter?
Yep, we do that every year.
And then how many is our store going to get, depending on what store we go to? Luckily for us, we have about 6 other fucking stores relatively near us that we can try to go to. A lot of people don't have that, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be
interesting. And I really I truly am tempted, because we have the local store, the In Groove. Shout out, Mike. But he always, I don't know how he cheats the system, if you even want to say those words, whatever. But I don't know how he does it. But he ends up getting more copies of everything than
any other store.
Any other store.
Usually.
And he's one single store. Yeah, usually. And he'll say, for a lot of limited releases, for example, the last year or whatever, for the door sets, he had 150 or some crazy number of door sets. He had 2 full industrial shelves full of door sets. So he had those. He had the Art Pepper, stuff. He had 3 of the 500 they pressed. Just some crazy shit that he's managed to get a hold of. So we were talking, we might just go over there, because apparently he just has everything and a lot of it. But the problem with that, though, Ty, is we're not playing. I think a lot of those folks would also buy Van Halen. So
yes. Well, I think he's smart though too, because he gets a lot in of stuff that he knows he's going to sell.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they give him what he wants. Whereas Zia's just give me 2 of everything. Whereas he's no, I want 100 of the Doors box set, and then 100 of the Art Pepper, and then 100 of this of the Grateful Dead. And they do that because he doesn't nickel and dime it elsewhere. Give me 2 of this, 2 of that. So I think that's what happens. I don't know. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough call, because like I said, you got to weigh the Taylor Swift factor, weigh that quotient.
Yeah. Also, what if people maybe we'll get lucky and people just hate Van Hagar that much? Maybe that hate comes back and they're like, fuck that. Maybe Van Halen fans are actually pissed because Van Hagar stuff's coming out. They're like, they still have Roth sets they can fucking do right now if they wanted to. Why the fuck are we going to Van Hagar?
I guarantee that's a conversation. But I guarantee it's a conversation. So maybe you're right. Maybe this shit'll sit around forever. Maybe I'm wrong. I think that'll be a really hot ticket. It's a hot ticket item though. I mean, the Taylor Swift will be the other big one, but the 75,000 copies. It's a lot. That's a ton.
So, especially considering all of her stuff is it's so out there right now. There is so much Taylor Swift vinyl out there right now. It's ridiculous. So you'd think that even Swifties that aren't really vinyl fans, whatever, but they still want to buy stuff. You would think they already have all this, and they would just say or not all of it. They'd have enough of it though, and they go, I don't want. I bought her last one. I don't want to buy this one or whatever, right? I don't know. 75,000, just so many copies.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm always excited for it. We always have some good times. We were going to do some memories, but this went on a little long, so we'll save that. Maybe we'll save that for April after we do our kind of wrap up for what we got and how the experience went. The hunt for the Van Halen, basically. The hunt to spend $100, and I'm spending I'm going to spend 50 on that. Yes. So I'm spending 150 right away. So I don't really know if I'm getting anything else. Even there's a lot of other shit. I will get the Macho, and I will get that in this moment. So I guess I'm in it for 200.
Wait, so I'm a little bit worried though, Ty.
And I really want that Enslaved. So
yeah, no, for sure. I'm a little bit worried though for the Van Halens, because if they're doing 25 a record, if that's an honest, vinyl conversion for their record,
they'll all be $50.
Yeah, all of them. So they're gonna they'll hopefully press the longer records on 2LP, which I think they already were. I think Balance.
They will have to.
Yeah. So press it on there, and we're looking at $48.99 all day, every day. For those.
And if they wanted to throw in if they got some bonus shit floating around to make it a 3LP or something, you might be looking at more than that.
Oh yeah, next. So yeah, like you said, next record store day. The next one, that's 50 big box.
That's my fear.
So and so. Yeah,
that's my fear.
I wouldn't give a fuck if they did big boxes and single releases. I actually wouldn't give a fuck. Because at that point, I care in that I know I don't want to spend $150 $45 every time I buy a record I want to buy from Van Halen. But if I don't want to do that and I just want to buy the $26.99 record, or whatever for the other represses, because the Van Halen represses sound good and they're all pretty cheap. So relatively, right? So like at least now, they weren't when they went out of press before again, but like, so maybe they'll keep them in press and they'll keep them, relatively affordable, and then they'll just have big boxes of just a best of both worlds kind of scenario.
They did a Roth Walmart box set, so maybe they'll do something similar.
Oh, they did. They did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. You had to create it yourself, but yes.
No, it was a box set. You didn't create it yourself. What are you talking about?
I thought you bought the box and then you bought the records for it. I didn't know it was all a box came together. Okay, I think they did like Maiden did with the CD box, or no, they did with the vinyl box too.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's just a box. I don't think you saved any money. Like it was just buying them all at once. It wasn't like a deal or anything. But okay. Yeah, but you just got the slip box. So yeah, I'm excited. Got some cool shit. It was a better list. The Van Halen certainly helps. Yeah, it just sucks. The two things I want are one's $100 and one is $50. It's like, what are we talking about here, guys? Anyways, guys, this was a kind of a more special episode, like we talked about at the beginning. We had some topics, and then all went south on us because of YouTube. So we did it. We threw an audible in here. So if you made it this far, we appreciate you. Think about hitting the subscribe button. We're building a small but mighty community around here. We'd certainly appreciate it. Leave some comments down below if you are interested in any of this stuff that we talked about tonight. All that good stuff. Leave a like as well. Yeah. We always end the episode with the choosing of a topic. Technically, this was supposed to be Tyler's night. We were supposed to be doing his topic. So I'm leaving it open to him. If he wants to choose another topic for next week, we certainly can.
Okay. So I think I still want to do this with you. So I don't know. We've actually not done this a lot. We never talked about this, I don't think. But I don't know your opinion on live records. So your favorite live records, and you don't have to own it necessarily. Obviously, if you do, that's awesome.
Okay.
But sets and records like bonus tracks, whatever, comes out, in the box sets nowadays, like what stuff you like? Because I was trying to do live videos because there's a boatload of live videos.
Yeah.
Super pro shot and just festival set videos that I fucking love. And I go back to quite often. So with live records, there's also live records that I go to that, I also like to listen to quite often as well.
I like that. So top 5 live albums?
Sure. Let's do it, man. And like I said, you don't got to own them. I know a lot of stuff. Yeah, because I know a lot of stuff has not been pressed as of yet for certain bands. But yeah, live sets that you super enjoy. And I like it.
I like that one. So that's what we'll do next week on the channel. Think about throwing an audible. I think I'm going to move everything Thursday. The main topic's going to be Thursday. Vinyl hauls are going to be Monday. So as long as I can stick to that, releasing them the very next day, that's what I kind of want to shoot for. But anyways, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time on the Living Deadwax podcast. Peace.